I wanted to show you something special today. Some time ago, my partner brought me this old photo album with wooden covers. He has a strange hobby, one that at first was unsettling for me, because I like everything clean and in order. But he likes going into old garages, houses, etc. and finding hidden treasures in what I would think was just a pile of trash. You know, like one of those TV shows that used to be popular, where people would buy an abandoned storage unit and go through it. Well, before Mario, that was my nightmare. One time he took me to an apartment that was ruined by the earthquake, where an artist used to live. He thought I could go through the art supplies and see what I could use. I almost got a panic attack while looking at the endless piles of stuff. That's why I don't go with him anymore. But I do appreciate it when he brings me something special and fun like this. The first time I saw it, I knew I wanted to use it as a sketchbook, and I knew exactly what I wanted to paint in it. I wanted to paint some of the motifs from Croatian national costumes. Each part of Croatia has its distinctive style of costumes, and most villages have their unique spin on the motifs and techniques. The styles depend on a lot of variables. For example, what the weather situation was in the region, what kind of fabric was mostly available. Women costumes were always more extravagant than men costumes. And finally, there were different styles for different marriage statuses. Like single girls were wearing more colorful pieces to attract more attention. You know, patriarchy was going strong. Of course, if your dress had more details or more expensive fabric beads, corals, or coins, it would signal that your family was wealthier. And in Croatia, the girl's family would pay the boy's family to marry her in land, livestock, or whatnot. Literally, one of the books I'm using as reference is called A Girl Will Marry with the Coins and Land. Sexist, I know. Unfortunately, it was practice. My granddad was almost renounced by his family when he married my grandmother. Not only did she not have anything to her name, but she was from a totally different part of Croatia. She also had a big mouth on her and didn't take anyone's shit. That was the thing that probably pissed them off the most. Anyway, I'm drawing a motif from the Posavina region in Croatia. My family isn't from these parts, but I'm living here now and thought it would be nice to start with it. The other two reasons I decided to paint motifs from this region are because I was recently working with some local cultural institutions and had access to the resources about the dresses. And because they are so colorful, I had to do them. Posavina is a region located in the continental part of Croatia. One of the notable features of Posavina embroidery is the use of vibrant colors. The color palette often includes bold hues such as red, blue, green, and yellow. The embroidery is often done on linen or cotton fabric. The patterns often feature geometric shapes, floral motifs, and symbols inspired by nature and folklore. Some of my personal preferences have come to play when I was choosing this exact motif. It's a detail on the sleeve, so I might be wrong about this, but I really like how uneven the composition is. The one big flower is a bit distracting, and the composition is a bit off, which is a bit rare on this costume since they tend to be symmetrical. To me, it makes a lot of sense that there would be errors. Please note that I'm using the word errors loosely. There is nothing really wrong with it, and I find it quite beautiful. But it does make sense. There would be errors because most girls were doing their own costumes, so they weren't masters of their craft. This was something they did while doing everything else around the house, animals, and working in the fields. In my opinion, it tells a beautiful story about female competence and resilience. I'm using a combination of gouache and colored pencils to add a lot of texture, so it resembles embroidery. Anyway, I know being Slavic has always had a bit of a stigma in Western society. Probably now even more because of the Russian invasion on the Ukraine. I know that other Slavic nations aren't as perceived. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've been called a Russian online, even though Croatia is in South Europe and not close to Russia. And historically, we were never under Russia. Not that there is something wrong with being Russian at all. I'm just telling you all of this because there is a certain prejudice when it comes to being Slavic. And I feel like a lot of it comes from not knowing a lot about our culture and traditions, and the diversity in the Slavic ethnic group. That's why I really want to do this little project and show both you and myself the beauty we have to offer. I'm including myself as well because I don't know a lot about Croatian costumes, and I'm doing my research as I'm working on this. Let me know if this is something you find interesting and if I should do more studies. I appreciate you taking your time to learn about my culture. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Bye!